Hey everyone, Greg here. John is the man using his forearm strength to hold the camera, and today we are here to give you a look at two brand new DC Rebirth trades: Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, Volume 1, Sinestro's Law, and Superman Action Comics, Volume 1, Path of Doom. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps is already on sale, so we're going to take a look at that first. And Action Comics Volume 1, that goes on sale tomorrow for New Comic Book Day. I've already read both. DC Comics was kind enough to send these to us early so we can review them, and obviously I am a fan. So let me elaborate just a little bit first. So Sinestro's Law, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. The two primary characters are right on the front, Hal Jordan and Sinestro. If you love the dynamic between these two, you love seeing their ideologies clash, this of course is mandatory reading. As you can see here, it's written by Robert Venditti. He was previously working with the character. He also did great stuff with X-O Manowar over with Valiant, and it has some rotating, very talented artists, including Ethan Van Sciver, whose name is basically synonymous with Green Lantern. And as you can see, he has the cover here, as well as Rafa Sandoval and many more. So let me give you a look. I'm going to do my best to not spoil anything. So there's a look at the back. You have some pull quotes at the top, of course, some positive love from IGN Comic Book Resources and Comicosity, as well as a synopsis if you're completely unfamiliar with Green Lantern. And yes, this is a good jumping on point. It of course follows up everything that was going on before Rebirth with Renegade, but that is quickly addressed by Robert Venditti in a pretty organic way too. So you may feel a little in the dark if you haven't been following Green Lantern, but they address that, and they cover it pretty well, and then they just set you on a brand new path, and it's a great conflict with Sinestro. So if you love seeing Hal Jordan clash with Sinestro, and you love Guy Gardner being Guy Gardner, this one's for you. And it of course also follows up the events from Tom Taylor's Green Lantern Limited series. But again, if you did not read that, no need to really worry. They have some exposition thrown in there. And as you can tell, this first issue illustrated by Ethan Van Sciver, incredibly talented artist. And like I was saying, this is recapping the events. If you missed out on Renegade and everything else, it fills you in. Hal's origin briefly covered. So that way, you know, for the new readers, it's getting everything out of the way for you. And then it quickly establishes the new. And pretty cool take on how Hal Jordan gets a new ring. I'm not going to spoil that for you, but I am going to flip through and show you some of these really cool pages. And then, of course, Hal Jordan saying the oath. And you got that great page right there by Ethan Van Sciver. He has done so many splash pages of Green Lantern just striking a pose, and they always look great. So I'm just going to, and there's another one, see? And there is black and white of this earlier. In the back, actually, just pencils and inks. So check that out as well. And between every issue, they do show you the cover. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, as well as just the pencils and inks of the cover. So that's very cool. It seems like every DC Rebirth trade does this, and I really like that they do that. And they, of course, give love to the creators up top as well before every issue, because sometimes there is a different creative team on the arts, pencils, inks, colors, and so on, letters. All right, so this is basically just... it's just an epic sci-fi adventure. It's a great volume one. Like I've already said, if you love seeing Hal Jordan and Sinestro go at it, this is mandatory reading. It follows up some big events that happened with the Sinestro Corps previously. I don't want to spoil that, but like I said, if you haven't been following that, there's no real need to worry. There's some dialogue scattered in here that does a fine job playing catch up for everyone. Of course, John Stewart's in here as well. He's leading the team. And let me see if I can find you a cool page or two without spoiling anything. There is another great splash page of Green Lantern. Let me see if I can find you some fun with, as you can see here, Hal Jordan versus Yellow Lanterns. You have Arkillo in there. Okay, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm going to flip through like this. Hopefully you guys can't see anything. All right, so in the end here, you have a look at the variant covers. I'm going to give you guys a chance to look at all these. So again, if you love Hal Jordan, Sinestro, even Guy Gardner, John Stewart, definitely check this out. If you're unfamiliar with Green Lantern, but you want to give the character a shot, this is a great jumping on point. Like I said, they do plenty to fill you in on the character's history and recent events while, paving a new path for the character. And like I said before, here's a look at the pencils and inks of that splash page. So once again, Hal Jordan, The Green Lantern Corps, Volume 1, currently on sale. Definitely recommend checking it out. And up next, Action Comics. This goes on sale tomorrow. Dan Jurgens, Patrick Zircher, Tyler Kirkham, Steven Segovia, quite a few artists. And take the name of this comic very literally, Action Comics, because right from the first issue to the very last one, it is pure action. If you love seeing Superman battle Doomsday, and even Superman and Wonder Woman battle Doomsday, this is what you want to check out. Doomsday doesn't, as you can see here, Patrick Zircher's artwork, it's cool seeing him on Superman. Doomsday doesn't appear until the cliffhanger of the first issue, but there's still plenty of action. As you can see here, of course, Lex Luthor's doing the hero thing. He has his own Superman armor. Can he really be trusted as a hero? Excuse me. This first, love that page. Reminds me of the John Byrne Man of Steel work. Good stuff. That's really cool. That should be a poster. Anyway, action-packed, but also introduces a lot of questions. Superman, the Superman the one who fought Doomsday and had a stalemate with him on an epic punch fest, he is back, but Clark Kent is also around. How can that be? I don't know. Do you? I do not know. And then Doomsday is also back. What is Doomsday doing? How is he back? There are a lot of questions, and I'll be honest, you're not going to get a lot of answers in this comic. What you are going to get a lot of are some huge, huge punches and throws and kicks. It's really, really, the best way to describe it is action-packed, man. It's right from the end of the first issue all the way to the end. You have Superman doing his best to stop Doomsday. It's Superman, Lex Luthor, and Wonder Woman. Let me fast forward a little bit. Obviously, Lex, as brilliant and dangerous as he is, if he's going up close with Doomsday, that's a dangerous game that dude is playing. And you got this great cover here by Clay Mann. Let me zip forward a little bit. We have a look at Tyler Kirkham's art, but what I want to do is give you a preview of, excuse me, getting over bronchitis, have to forgive me if I cough. I want to give you a preview of Wonder Woman and Superman taking on Doomsday. So let me see if I can check that out. And I'm not sure if you can see here. This is really, I love this part. Superman punches Doomsday 4,035 times before Doomsday finally interrupts. So as you can tell, Superman, this is a Superman who has faced Doomsday before, and he was defeated by Doomsday. He stopped Doomsday, but obviously came at a major price. So he knows just how dangerous Doomsday is. And he's doing everything in his power to stop Doomsday and make sure no civilians are harmed during this epic clash. Now, let me see if I can show you a little more. There's also some great character beats in here with Superman and his family, Lois and his son John, and say Doomsday fighting Wonder Woman. Okay, let me zip forward a little bit without spoiling anything. There you have more of Wonder Woman taking on Doomsday. Superman leaping into action. Okay, I don't want to spoil how it plays out, but just take my word for it, it is non-stop action. If the name Action Comics is appealing to you because you want to see just epic superhero battles, Action Comics Volume 1 has... Okay, I can't show you the first variant cover without giving away the very last page, and I don't want to do that just in case you haven't read it and you are waiting for the trade. So I'll start with these. So these, of course, are the variant covers. That's a great cover. And of course, Gary Frank right there with Brad Anderson. Gary Frank just does such great Superman work. And speaking of Gary Frank and Brad Anderson, there you go. Wonder Woman and Superman taking on Doomsday. In case you haven't read it, here's a reminder about Superman Volume 1, which I adore. I strongly, strongly recommend it. We also have the writer, Peter J. Tomasi, coming to Midtown Comics Downtown Thursday, which is in 2 days from now. He'll be at Midtown Comics Downtown Thursday from 6 to 8, signing Super Sons #1 and Superman Volume 1, and any other comics you may have. You can get up to 3 comics signed by him. My personal recommendations: Superman Volume 1, Super Sons Volume 1, and Batman and Robin Volume 1, which is called Born to Kill. And then Supergirl Volume 1 is on the way, Action Comics, which of course you were just reading. That goes on sale tomorrow. And Batman Volume 1, I Am Gotham. Friendly reminder that I Am Bane is currently going on. I am really enjoying that as well. And then here are some other Superman collections for all your super needs. So once again, Action Comics Volume 1, action-packed. If you want to see heroes take on Doomsday, that's exactly what you're going to get in this. It's on sale tomorrow. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, a really, really engaging conflict between Hal Jordan and Sinestro. It is just downright epic sci-fi entertainment. This is currently on sale. Check it out. And then here is a look at what we're going to show off next week. Wonder Woman Volume 1. So next Tuesday, we'll do another Facebook Live video to show off the very first volume of Wonder Woman's DC Rebirth run. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Enjoy New Comic Book Day tomorrow. Read DC Rebirth. And please remember, be good to each other. Take care.